This is lesson 164, history. We're going to go over the second part of George Bush biography, and we're also reviewing our or completing our math skill page 30. In your textbook, if you go to your textbook on page 485, you have the map of the United States of America. Oops, sorry, just dropped it. You're going to obviously fill in the different blanks. And correct your work based on your, I can't hold both books at the same time. Let's see, there we go. So we have Louisiana, Arkansas, Connecticut, I is this right here, Connecticut, and Florida, Illinois, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, Nevada, New York, Ohio, yes. No. This is Ohio. Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Texas, and Wyoming. So continuing with the biography of George W. Bush. A little review from the last time that we spoke of him. He is this way. Here we go. Oops, okay. George W. Bush. He was governor of Texas. He became the 43rd President of the United States. He served for 2 terms. He declared the war on terror after September 11, 2001, after our attack. The attack actually, they captured 4 planes. Two of them crashed into the Twin Towers, 1 crashed into the Pentagon, and 1 crashed in a field that supposedly was headed for the White House. Passengers on the plane attacked the terrorists and they took over. So that's why it didn't get to the White House. During his time in office, space exploration continued. He believed that, just like John F. Kennedy, that we needed to explore space. So in 2003, under his leadership, NASA sent two robotic vehicles to Mars. One was called Spirit, and the other one was called Opportunity. They reached Mars in 2004, and they have been sending pictures to Earth for over 10 years. In 1930, and one they also took pictures of Pluto. And then in 1930, Pluto was listed as the ninth planet. But in 2006, after all of the pictures from the Opportunity, scientists noticed that it didn't have the characteristics of the other planets, so they took it off the list, and it's called a dwarf planet now. Also, during his presidency, technology boomed. One of the most important inventions in the 21st century is the handheld cell phone. Computers have people have always found ways of doing things quicker and to save information, to make money, because the quicker you work, the more money you can make. In 1940, there was a machine that computers did exist, but they were really, really big, and they were mostly to store information. A lady named Grace Hopper programmed a really big computer called Mark I, and Mark I was like the first computer. Here's a picture, and they took over a whole room. One computer filled the whole room, an entire room. And she was the lady that learned or taught herself how to program the computers. She and her team. And her name was Grace Hopper, and she programmed the Mark I. She even created a new computer language called COBOL. The desktop computer did not come out until 1960, but actually was too expensive, so people didn't have it in their homes. Not until 1990 was that computers were able to be at home. Those were PCs. Large computers are still used today, but they're called supercomputers, and they're used by the government and the military and to detect weather patterns. Talking about weather, one of the worst hurricanes ever to hit the United States was Hurricane Katrina in 2005. And as a result of Hurricane Katrina, many people lost their homes in Louisiana and had to be relocated. The city was damaged because of the water, but thankfully they have recovered from that. And lastly, George Bush final years. He's still alive, healthy. He still works for the oil company that he created. That's mainly one of his main things. And he goes around the country talking and giving speeches. And this is all for lesson 164.